welcome back to another episode of the Parlance podcast. This is a familiar face.
Yo.
Brandon Showtime Bates, my boy, trainer, competitor, overall great man. Thank you for coming back.
I appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the invite, man.
Man, you a favorite.
Hey, man, I'm trying to be a man of the people, though.
No, for real, you a favorite, man, and I want to say I appreciate you for coming back, like I just said, and then I appreciate the game that you're giving out. So today is gonna be one of them days where we fulfill the purpose of the show. But before we get into our topic today, which was going to be on mental health, I do want to check in on something that we talked about last time. There was one thing you promised to tell us.
I did.
And there was another thing we got to update. So,
Okay. Bet.
Let's see. What we going to do first? Roll the dice. All right, so how did you get the IG name? Because remember, your name is Showtime, but it's spelled with a Z.
Yeah, actually, that's why I wore this for her, bro. So Showtime came from, it's actually from a band organization called Z5Z. So Z5Z stands for Zildjian, 5 Zildjian. And it's basically a symbol organization. Basically, just kind of talks about basically focuses on every HBU has their own kind of symbol section. So basically, it's a fraternity, but more as it focuses on one section of the band. So you got the whole percussion section, and then you got different instruments in percussion. So you got snare drum, bass drum, quads, tenor, and then the cymbals. So basically, it started at Southern University. They the ones that kind of started it off. But to make a long story short, my guy kind of was doing some art with the cymbals, but he would we call it blazing, but basically just twirling the cymbals, and they almost look like sometimes the cymbal disappears, and it just caught my eye, and I was like, bro, how you do that? So he ended up teaching me how to twirl and stuff like that, and blah. So you'll be on the field, playing the song, and we know it's about to be this, the part of the song where the band is just super loud, they about to blow it.
Yeah.
At that time, we just blazed and we just going crazy and stuff like that. So the way I got Showtime was he would always say, hey bro, every time it's time to do a show, every time it's at the game time, something like that, you'll be Showtime. It don't matter, we be in practice doing some stuff, we go to the game, you just hit a whole different level. So that's how I got
that. Translates to you, because even I didn't know all of that up until now, but even seeing the persona that you have in the gym, how charismatic you are, how many eyes that you draw, even on your shows and stuff like that, how many people you draw out. I thought that was what it was. It's it's Showtime. You got your little easy money.
Easy money, baby.
Okay. So I like that a lot, man. That's crazy. Yeah. To think about how deep that runs, man. That's actually that's genius,
bro. And it's crazy because I wouldn't expect him to because I'm in other organizations, but I wouldn't expect him to kind of put that in because they give you the name. I don't come with the name. I'm I'm about to get some whack, and then it's just oh nah, bro, you Showtime. Bro, you always go out there, bro. You put on the show. So I was my guy gave me a good one, man. So, bro, that's the whole story behind that, and I just carried that with me throughout the rest of even after I left college and stuff like that, just because it kind of stuck with me, and it was again, like you say, it's something that was always something that I wanted to embrace. So everything I did was I'm gonna keep this with me, because we also made something called Zildjian Effect, which was kind of just the way we kind of twirled and stuff like that, because we always wanted to make an effect of it looking like it's an illusion. So we kind of took that kind of stuff and kind of just took it with in the other brand. And so when I had Showtime, I was bro, I gotta keep this name. This name is part of me. It's can't even think of the word right now, but it's an alter ego of me. So I was I gotta always have this name. So anytime that comes up, it's it actually came from the band, but it's still part of me.
It's crazy because so you say it's an alter ego, right?
Yeah.
And so my artist name or my business name is just Von Merritt. My real name is Devon Merritt.
Yeah.
Right. So when I was in high school, people used to call me Merritt. And all my close homies, they call me Von, right? So, and then it's like a little 3 thing that we got to connect. Mm-hmm. So my close friends call me Von.
Okay.
My high school people called me Merritt, like people who I wasn't like super cool with, but they just knew who I was. They didn't call me Devon, they didn't call me Von. Like people who just knew me called me Merritt.
Okay.
So my close friends call me Von, people call me Merritt, and then I seen this interview where they was asking somebody who uses their real name.
I got you.
And they was like, "Well, what made you go with your real name?" And he was like, "Well, because of what I accomplished, you know what I'm saying? I would hate to die and they don't really know who I am."
Gotcha.
The person didn't really necessarily like say, "I don't know if I love it." He said, "I don't know if I love it now, but like I don't want to die with everything I accomplished and people calling me another name." So the 2 names that I was known by, I've just merged them, which is crazy because it's close to my real name because my name is Devon Merritt. Right. And it was what I was known by, Von or Merritt, and I just merged them, which is crazy because it's just a shortened version of my real name. Yeah. Because I believed in all of that. Like I was identified as Merritt, I was identified as Von to my close friends, and then truth be told, I don't want people not knowing the work that I truly put in or calling me something else when I go and I built my legacy. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, man. So it's like it's crazy to hear like how you got yours because I would think about that. I would think back at your story and go like, "Hey, that's crazy that you put it together like that." And then you call it your alter ego. But then I think about it the same way. It's like, damn, like I low-key came up with my name in a similar fashion, but a different way. Right. And I call it my alter ego too because people say when they hear me doing music or when they see me even like doing this, they're like, "Bro, that's not you in real life because you're quiet."
Bro, it's crazy because I don't have people come up to me like, "Oh my God," and they don't know that like, so what we do is we put Z's in front of it because again, there's Z5Z. So you put instead of every time you see an S, you put a Z. So people would say, "Oh, Zotime." They just automatically say Zotime, and I know what they meant to say. Like, and I tell them like, "Oh, like somebody like, oh, what's your Instagram?" Like I say Showtime, and they instantly start with like, let me stop you. It started with a Z, and then it's crazy because I don't have people come up to me like, "Are you Zotime? Is that you?" And it's like, bro, yeah, but like. It make you feel like it kind of give you a good feel like you know you doing something right and you know you doing you giving out the brand. Like again, I wouldn't want that's like the same kind of people that you know you build yourself up, you build your brand up, and then you say, "Oh, well, we need you to make another profile for this." You go like, "Bro, I just built up this crazy brand and now I got to use this," and then you want me to lose all that. After all that hard work, like
I feel that because I just started a separate page for this, for the show, and it's like definitely going a lot slower.
Absolutely.
But it's like building the community behind your work, so I get it. But I feel how you feel too. It's like, damn, bro, like I got 2,500 followers, right? And now you telling me to branch off again?
And then because people was always telling me like for like your fitness stuff, you should have a separate page, and then you have your own page for your own stuff, and it's like. Well, if I really just mainly want to market my stuff as fitness stuff on IG, like, and I mean, I put some personal stuff, but I don't put like all my family stuff out there because I feel like it's a reason why people follow me. So I want to always kind of lean in on that reason. Okay. And then it's like, hey, I'm gonna be me too because it's still mine. So I want to put parts of myself in there, but it's mainly for fitness. So I'm like, man, there's no point in me changing that or making a separate page for that when I'm mostly leaning into fitness anyway.
Yeah, I see it like a resume. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to that point where your name is really, really buzzing and like the higher ups and the people who can really help put you in position come looking for you. Right. They looking over like, okay, this is what he about. You know what I'm saying? And I even like was listening to a Nipsey interview and like a lot of times now that's how you really leverage your value.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So we're going to go to fitness. You just recently had a show. Yeah. And we were talking about that the first time you came by. Yeah, too. So another thing I wanted to do is bring you back and let's talk about it, man. Okay. How did it go?
It went well, man. I'm like a lot of people don't ask me like how did I feel afterwards and how did I feel I did. And mostly I'll tell everybody it kind of went according to how I had stuff kind of mapped out, how I had stuff kind of planned. We'll say I got first and third. So I competed in 2 different categories. So I competed in the open, which is, well, let me take a step back. I competed in the 100 kg open. So that's like everybody's in the weight class of 220. So open against, don't matter what age you are, don't matter if you're old, young, As long as you weigh 100 kg, you're gonna compete against. So that's the open, and then sub masters is 35 and up.
Okay.
So 35 to I think 39. I want to say. So I competed in that as well. So that kind of tell you my age, but not really.
So all right, you said first and third.
Yes.
Now, let's take a step back and let's go to the preparation for these shows. Now, it's 3 main lifts, right?
Yeah.
There's benching, there's deadlifts, and then there's squats.
Yes.
Right? How is the preparation for this event?
So normally you gotta think about it. You got 3 attempts at each lift to make the biggest combined total, right? Mm-hmm. So, but me personally, I know what I'm good at. I know I'm good at squat. I know I'm good at deadlift. I know I'm at bench. Like that's like mediocre. So I always lean into the things that I'm good at. Like you gonna want to do good at stuff you good at. So and I know like the majority of the total is gonna come from squat because you put up bigger numbers. So squat, deadlift, bench. So basically the preparation goes of most people get themselves like 12 weeks or something to kind of start out. But basically what you want to do is you want to start like a point is called like basically like a strength phase, and you want to try to just get stronger, right? So you do that for let's say 4 to 5 weeks, right? After that, you kind of give yourself like the last I say 2 to 3 weeks is called like a peaking phase. Mm-hmm. This is where you want to be your strongest at. Should be where you hitting those heavy singles. Should be where you at the strongest points you're at, right? Because it's maybe like a week or so before the meet. So in this phase is you trying to slowly inch up close and get to that 1 rep max. But again, we trying to stay healthy because we know at that day we got to do all 3. So throughout the week, you're going to definitely put a squat day, you're going to put a deadlift day, you're going to put a bench day. Then you're going to do what's called an SBD day, just like you said, squat, bench, deadlift, because at the meet, you got to do all 3. So you want to always have that one day in there too, just so you can get your body ready to do all 3. Yeah. So normally what you do is what I do is I start out the week with squats just because that's just kind of what I like doing. I feel like that's like the easiest way to go about it. So I always put my squat at the beginning of the week, I put my deadlift in the middle of the week, I put my bench in the end of the week. And then I kind of just inch those numbers up. When we got there, the first thing you got to do like the day before, and it depends what federation you're in, you got to weigh in, so you got to make sure you make that weight. Yeah. I know in some federations that if you don't make the weight, you end up being a guest lifter. And if you're a guest lifter, that means you can still lift, but none of your totals going to count. And that would be a shame to work that hard, to work that hard all that time, and then you be a guest lifter and you say you break some records, you ain't gonna even get them counted. Yeah. So basically what I did the week of the meet, I just had to make sure I was at my weight. So I probably started that week, I was probably, the highest I probably got to that week was maybe like 226, 225. And I just slowly like introduced cardio a little bit, made sure I watched my food a little bit more. And it helped that I didn't get too crazy. I did in December before I was like really locked in. I think the highest I got was like 236 maybe. And then I was just like, as soon as the meet got a little closer, I just made sure my weight was a little bit more down. Yeah. Then the day of, you kind of warm up and go before you go to lift. So they start with squats. Yeah. And we had 4 different flights. So when I say 4 different flights, it's 4 different groups. They like to group people in similar, basically it's according to their weight class, but it's more important, it's more about what they looked in. So they looked in like a similar number. They said, hey, this people are lifting about the same. This is group A. Next group, next group is group B. Most of the time most of the meets I did, it's only group, it's 3 flights, but this one had 4 flights. So I was in group D with that was like the last group of people. So basically, I wouldn't start warming up until the people in Group C was on basically first to 10. Okay. So that way, it gives you enough time to, hey, warm up and kind of hit your weight. And then you're not just sitting there for too long and then your body is just like, oh, it's not used to that weight. So you just want to make sure you kind of time that right and make sure that you could time it almost at the right time. So by the time they say, hey, y'all group up, you basically ready to go.
You warm, yeah. So, you said you did first and third.
Yeah.
Overall, through everything that you put your body through, watching your weight, watching the way that you ate, and being methodical in the way that you were training for it to turn out how it did. Are you happy?
I'm satisfied, bro. So, and I do want to do this because I didn't do this the last time. Shout out Fairworks, man, because they was the first people that was like, again, I think I said it, they was like the second gym I came when I first moved to Parmer, and they always are very supportive. They always show me a lot of love. So shout out Mike, shout out Maria, shout out the whole Fairworks
Shout out
fam,
Fairworks,
for sure.
They definitely super supportive. Because even when I came in there with my music, man, they did everything they could to help put it to the forefront, man. They would put me on the page and everything.
Absolutely. So I just want to make sure I show them some love, and I also want to show love to BK Strength and Conditioning. That's kind of where I do a lot of my heavy training. That's where I train a lot of clients as well. That's still trying to do powerlifting and stuff like that. And shout out Brian, he was the one that handled me that day. And I just, ever since I got up there, they showed me so much love as well. So it's just like always a family atmosphere is there as well. But it's more of a private gym, so it's like a different kind of setting. But man, like between those two places, bro, like it just helps to be that support that I needed to perform that day. So on that day, we broke the Submasters state squat record. We broke the overall total. I could have broke the deadlift, but I didn't realize that the deadlift I did on that day was gonna move like I thought it did. So what I did was I was taking my numbers off of like just what I did in the gym, all right? And it's a chance that, hey, it might be a little more extra, or hey, it might be a little bit more. But I didn't want to take that chance of saying, hey, I'm going to put this number in, and even though I didn't hit this in the gym, I'm going to hit it there. It don't make sense. They always tell you, like, you put on practice how you perform. So, So that was one thing that could have been, like, extra. Like, I had at least, let's say, 5 or 10 more kilos, or let's say 10 to 15 more pounds on deadlifts, easy.
I remember one time, the first show that you ever had.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to say, man, again, I apologize. I couldn't be there.
It's all good, bro.
I was in Minnesota that week.
Yeah.
But I'm always there in spirit with my bro.
Absolutely.
My girl had asked me the first time that you did your show, would I ever do one?
Yeah.
I was like, only if Brandon trained me.
Yeah.
Because, like, truth be told, man, like, well, I got back issues.
Yeah.
So, like, my deadlift been up and down, man. I remember at one point in time when I was training with you, though, I was up to like 4 or something with my deadlifts.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it may not sound a lot to the people who really be deadlifting, but I hit that number in the first year of me ever deadlifting.
These are facts.
The first year I ever deadlifted, I was crossing 400. I'm like, oh, shit.
Hey.
It's finna get crazy. Yeah, but I mean, we on the path to recovery. So I've been thinking like kind of like I might get back into it, but I got to see how my back heal up from my procedure or whatever.
Absolutely.
So I did have to get a procedure done on my spine because I was injured. So I kind of been out of it for a while, but we're gonna get back on top of it. So to end it all, and then we're gonna go into our main point of the episode.
Absolutely.
What if you were lay out the numbers for us? What was the bench? What was the squat? What was the dead?
Okay. So I'm gonna just lay it in pounds, just make it easy for people instead of kilos, because kilos can be kind of confusing at times.
Yeah.
So in pounds, my top squat was 573.
Damn.
Bench was 342. And then deadlift was 606.
Shit.
Yeah. So we talking like total is like 1523. So.
Damn, bro. You're a strong individual.
Bro, it's crazy. This the thing. Like I always kind of go back sometimes, and like Facebook and IG, they give you like memories and stuff like that. And it's like just seeing some of the stuff I used to do sometimes makes me cringe. And it's like, man, I could have been so further along, but I try not to think like that, because then you start thinking like that, you just start going down that rabbit hole of what ifs, and it's not really worth that. You hear. So I always try to think in a present state of mind.
Yeah, I got the same thing, man. When I first started working out, bro, I used to do the same workout every day.
Bro.
I used to go in there and bench, and I used to curl, and then that was it.
Bro, I used to do it so crazy. I don't remember like the first thing I used to do, but I know I used to like get on the treadmill, be on there for like 5 minutes. And then, depending on what I wanted to work that day, it was just like, all right, do this till it hurt. And then basically, all right, it hurt, all right, time to go home. And then can't move for the like next couple of days. And then like, all right, what can I do next? You know what I mean?
Bro, I remember when I first started benching with you, Trill, Joel, and Kurt. Shout out to the homies too.
Shout out to the homies.
I used to bench at my neck.
Oh, bro, I remember those days, bro. I remember.
Yeah, I was like, why did you do that? You was like, bro, you gonna kill you.
Bro, knowing what I know now, it's so much stuff I used to do wrong, and it's like, just even still nowadays, so it's still like little stuff I could tweak, but it's not nothing that I know I'm not doing that is like unsafe or kind of don't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's still like, you look back and it's like, why was I even doing that? Like, who showed me that? Probably nobody.
I think I'm definitely sure, like a month ago, I hurt myself in the gym. No, I don't know if I hurt myself in the gym or I don't know what the fuck was going on. Excuse my language. But I remember, I don't know, for like a month, I had a pain in my shoulder and my elbow, and my bench was suffering.
Okay.
Like, bad. So, finally listened to my body. It was one day I knew I had to bench. And I went in there, and bro, 250 felt heavy. Like, but it wasn't like, it was like I felt the pain right here and the pain in my elbow. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a month off benching. And I was like, it's hard because I like to bench. I usually bench like twice a week. I got a day where I do reps, and I got a day where I like really test my strength.
Yeah.
And especially because I came from like 250, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit up, like where I don't want to be now.
Yeah.
But I remember like when I had went from 250 to 205, I still wanted to maintain my strength. And now, and like because I've been, you know, having to sit down for a little bit, I've gained a little bit more weight than I like. But I'm kind of locked back in, and like I will say, I lost 6 pounds this week. But yeah, so like the other day I benched again. Okay. You know, for the first time in a while. And I hit 325, and I almost cried, bro. And I was like, I haven't benched in all this time. And like, luckily, I still felt a little bit of pain in my elbow, but I was like I'm going to really, like, I don't like it because your pride kind of get at you. And I gotta let that not be the devil in my life. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to take some time off. And you know what's even crazier? Joel actually was one of the persons, like, people that told me that, like, he was like, bro, just chill for a minute. Yeah. And I was like, man, I know that's what B would say too, like listen to your body. But I was out with Joel, and he was like, bro, like if you got to stop for a minute so you don't kill yourself, like wait. So I took a month off, and then I was in the gym, and then I hit 320, bro. I blew my girl phone, and I was like, I just missed 320. She was like, good. Did it hurt? I was like, no, it didn't.
Was the pain? Oh, we good.
But I was so happy, bro. I hit up everybody. I was like, bro, I hit 320 again, bro. But it was like, it took a while. Like, it was a lot going on. My back was hurting, my shoulder, my elbow was hurting. So I had to really take that step back and really be like, look, bro, you got to chill. You know what I'm saying? And time off is just as important as time on.
Oh, for sure.
And that's something you taught me, man. But I just was getting to the point where, because I was losing strength, I was letting my ego like eat me alive. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, you remember I used to bench press 350.
I remember.
And I was like, bro, what is going on, man?
I remember. But one thing you that was key you just said, bro, when you lose a lot of weight, and this kind of goes into like when we just talking about like how that prep go for like getting ready for a meet. When you cut weight, it depends. One of the first things you gonna feel it at is sometimes it's with bench, bro. Like you lose that weight, you gonna either feel a bench or they say your squat. Like one of the two is gonna like really be affected just because that my weight. Like at the end of the day, weight move weight. So
yeah, and that was another thing too. I can't squat right now because of my back, and I can't deadlift because of my back. Yeah. So those two, I know for a fact. I'll be surprised if I can squat like 200 right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could, but I know it's not good for my back.
And I feel like that's when the importance of like machines come in. Like everything is for a reason. Like some people use them for the wrong reasons, but it's like I feel like if you go in the gym and you utilize like, hey, sometimes it's good to use bands. Sometimes it's good to use machines. Sometimes, hey, just go to that bar, get some work in. Sometimes free weights, like as far as like dumbbells and stuff like that, it's good to use those. I feel like if you take advantage of those can be your friend. and sometimes they could be your enemy. Because like you said, some people are like, oh, I just went crazy, went to failure and everything. Let me go do it again, and then that's when you get injured.
Yeah, and that's again another thing I had thought about too. Because the day I did hit 320, I know for a fact I had probably 330 in me. Because 320 flew. And the dude who was spotting me, he was like, bro, that was too easy. And I was like, no, but I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like, just my luck. My body is healed up to this point. But it's like, you know, I'm not supposed to be doing this. You know, try for 350. No. Right. So I was like, I could have probably hit 335 or something like that. But I was like, nah, I'm going to just stay right here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I'm cutting again, too. Because I got up to like 343. Like, I was at, I'm capping. I'm talking about my body weight. I got up to 243. I'm
like, wait a minute.
I got up to 243. Because I had to sit down for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm not working. I couldn't, you know, when I first hurt my back, bro, my entire right leg went numb. So I couldn't go to the gym. I wasn't working. So all the things that I did to stay active or stay in the gym, I couldn't do for a really long time. And then when my doctor was like, all right, you can go back to the gym, but you just walk right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of stuff I couldn't do. And then, like, you're depressed too. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, and when you touching on that,
you're depressed. So,
sheesh.
You ever been in the gym and you knew, like, man, I gotta put that work in today, but you just ain't having enough energy?
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Just that little extra man, but
So let me tell you what I do.
Okay.
I visit Redcon One. They have an app, they have a website, and I got this Total War.
Oh, okay.
They got pre-workouts just like this Total War that I got. They got other supplements that you can use, and they got merchandise. So what you can do is download the app or visit the website. Use my discount code DMerritt1208. Okay. 20% off your purchase, man.
I said less, my guy.
So, and this is actually now the main segment.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got depressed because I couldn't do the things that I usually do. I couldn't feel my foot for a month, bro.
That's nuts.
I couldn't feel my foot for a month. I had this really sharp pain from my lower back traveling all the way down my leg, and I couldn't feel my foot, bro. Like, it was scary. I'm so dramatic. I'm like, they're going to have to amputate my shit, dog.
The crazy thing that you say that is, I was in the gym. It was me and Kurt and Joe. We was just in there because he getting ready for his meet this coming week. So
you gonna be there?
You already know. Man.
Yes, sir.
I gotta support the homies, dog. So it was this dude that basically one of my high school friends I grew up with. His step pops would always be over all the time, and he was like, we play like turkey bowl and all that kind of stuff. Bro, I seen him, and he had to have like both of his legs amputated, bro. Like, he had an infection in one leg. He's like, they had to take the leg. I'm like, man, that's messed up. So then I hadn't seen him for a while, and I seen him again last week, and he was like, yeah, they had to take the other leg. And it's like, bro, you don't realize, and you don't take, you're not as grateful of something until you lose it, bro.
Yeah. And
like, you talking about like depressed, like, people always ask me, like, especially after a meet, you're supposed to take like a week off. Like, you're not supposed to go to, I mean, you could go to the gym, you could do walk, you could do stuff, but you're not really supposed to like technically like work. I mean, that's what most people say, like, you're not supposed to work out, just so your body can kind of heal. But for me, the gym is more of a mental thing as well as a physical thing.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like if I don't go to the gym, it's like messes up my routine, it messes up my mental, and it's just like a place to escape. And I know how you and Nate was talking about like therapy and stuff like that, and the gym is definitely a part of therapy for me. Like, just going in there and being able to escape. And people like sometimes don't like, I have my headphones on and I kind of just put my phone away, and it's like I don't really kind of touch it unless like somebody like it's ringing or something like that. But other than that, man, I'm just having lost in the music, lost in the way. So that's why sometimes people be just looking at me funny because I'm just in my own little world.
You be getting to it, but I respect it. So I feel you, cause Not to dump a lot on you, brother. Today was not a good day for me. Today was a tragic day. I felt like every possible thing went wrong.
Dang.
Like I said, I'm just now getting back into the gym because my doctor was like, we got to see. Because, like, that's the thing. So, when I had my injections, they like, all right, you have to sit down for 48 hours.
Got you.
But then we need to know that these shots are holding up. So, go about your regular day like you go about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm back in the gym. I'm not, like, lifting what I usually lift. And I'm, like, avoiding certain areas of my back just out of that fear. Of like re-injuring myself, but the doctors was like, because I gotta keep a pain log too. Mm-hmm. So the doctors was like, we need to know how these hold up. They're not gonna be in full effect for 14 days, but it was like, we need you to do your regular, day-to-day schedule and stuff like that.
Right.
So I had a lot planned today, and like I said, I'm just kind of really getting back into the swing of things, man. But let's just say that I got some bad news earlier this morning, and it threw my whole day off. So when I went to the gym, I'm like, I couldn't focus, bro. And like you said earlier, bro, like the gym is more than exercising for me, bro.
Sure.
That's my mental escape. My girl will tell you, and I mean, me and you work out together. Yeah. We've been in the gym I've clocked it one time for like 2.5 hours one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it don't always be just the fact that I love lifting. I do love lifting, but it's like that escape.
It is, bro.
And I'm the same way, unless I'm talking to my girl about something important or like all that other shit can wait right now, bro. I gotta be here. I write music in the gym. That's where I feel like my most creative. That's where I feel like my most free sometimes. And so for you, I understand what you're saying. Like it plays a part of your mental health,
bro. It's so crazy because I was just talking to one of my clients the other day, and it was like talking about like when we come in here, bro. It's like you kind of like gotta shut off the outside world. Like if you don't, it's gonna mess up your workout or it's gonna mess up what you came here to do. Like, and I always tell, hey, I'm gonna come in the gym to get better. I'm just about to do something that is gonna make me either it's gonna motivate others or it's gonna help me get closer to that goal I want, right? Yeah. So if I'm thinking constantly, and this happened to me before, like I don't had days where it's like the outside world is so much closing in on me that it just found its way and crept in. And it's like, I'm going home. I can't focus. Like I can't give that energy because again, the gym is, even though it's therapy, it's still a stress, bro. Still weight, still stressing on the body. So it's like with stress of life and things going on, sometimes even though you went there for one reason, sometimes you gotta step away too, because it's like, hey, I can't even do this. And I know if I'm just in here just going about like not really focused, I'm gonna get hurt.
Yeah. And I've hurt myself in the gym multiple times actually doing that. Like not being good mentally and like trying to force myself to go there for a reason. Because I'm big on that. Like if I don't go to the gym, like you said, my day feels off.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person, I have to be getting better at something.
Something, for sure.
I have to be getting better at something. I fear the things that I will lose, the things that will mean nothing if I'm not attentive to my health, if I'm not attentive to my business, if I'm not attentive to my relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even just with my girl, but with the people around me. Like, I put so much pressure on myself to be better. So when I'm in the gym, when I was in the gym and I actually hurt myself, it was that mindset taking over me. Like, I'm not okay today. You know what I'm saying? But I have to be here. And then that me trying to force it, I hurt myself.
And I was talking with my guy, Brian BK, and he was talking about like, sometimes it's never a good thing that like some people like angry lift. Sometimes even with that angry lift, you don't pay attention to like trying to force something instead of paying attention to like, hey, I'm supposed to breathe. I'm supposed to settle in, making sure I really got a proper position set up before when you angry lift, you just trying to use all that aggression. And sometimes you don't pay attention to those fine details. And that's when things kind of go astray.
Yeah, because it's confusing, man, because I used to try to angry lift too. Like if I was angry about something, I thought that when you angry lift, that was the thing that released.
Right.
And it's really not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It took me to fail angry lifting a couple times to be like, oh no, it's not the lift or what you can move, the weight that you can move during the lift that releases the anger.
Right.
It's actually being in that moment, being present, and getting through the exercises, getting through the workouts, releasing the endorphins and stuff like
Absolutely.
that. You know, so like today, like I said, I was in the gym and like I couldn't focus, bro. And I remember like I put my phone down, face down.
Yeah.
I turned on a song I really like. And I remember I listened to the J. Cole interview, and he was like, when he had trouble focusing or when he was like full of anxiety, how he would meditate. You know, and meditation is a whole other thing, bro. Like, I'm not good at it at all. But I remember he said what he did was he would try to quiet the room and he would try to focus on one thing. Mm-hmm. So everybody know I make music. I love music. So what I did was, and I know people probably looked at me like, what the fuck is he doing? But like, I didn't care because I just knew like, I'm not right here and I'm here for a reason. Like I didn't been depressed for these 2 months because I haven't been able to operate how I usually operate. I'm not working right now, you know what I'm saying? Because my job is a very physical job and I have physical limitations. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot going on mentally, and like you said, like I feel like things was closing around me. Yeah. You know, so I'm finally back at it to get myself in position to go back to work. I'm finally back at it to get myself in position to operate the way I usually do. And it just seems like things are like closing in around me. So I was like, I couldn't focus, so I sat down, I put my phone face down, and I was like, all right, this song right here is 3 minutes and 32 seconds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these headphones in, and I'm going to breathe in and out and just focus on the lyrics. Yeah. Like J. Cole said, I'm going to focus on one thing. Okay. So I focused on the lyrics, and I'm like, it helped a little bit. It didn't help a bunch. Right. But, like, that was just a testament to, like, kind of what we talking about, like, not being okay. So when I say the words mental health, what's the first thing that comes to mind for you?
Mental health. To me, it's more so being able to operate feelings. That's what I think about mental health. I think being in touch with yourself and knowing how to react to feelings that you may have. Because mentally, like to separate mentally and physical stuff, it's like mentally you don't have to do, like you don't do anything to do that health. Like you don't, as far as like being like physical, like you don't do anything like mentally stuff. You kind of gotta be aware of stuff. You gotta kind of know, okay, if I do this, this is gonna happen for me in a more thoughtful manner. I try to think about when you say mental health of how if somebody treats you, you could either respond in different ways. And if I'm in touch enough to be a responsible person and accept what they're saying to me, or am I just going to not even pay attention to what they say to me? So mental health, I just think it's more about how you choose to deal with feelings. That's how when it comes to me. What about you? What do you think about it?
Mental health to me is I want to say some type of, I don't know, like I guess like assurance in a way. Okay. And the reason why I say that is broad. You have to, like you said, kind of make decisions based off of your mental health. I have to decide if somebody is hurting me to react in a healthy way. True. I have to decide to, you know what I'm saying, like believe in myself when I'm chasing my dreams. And to, even through the downside of all of that, stay strong. I have to decide to tell myself that even when it's not okay, that it's going to be okay. I have to decide to leave certain things where they are and be present.
Facts. That's
you know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say, like, I'm not good at that right now. Like, if my house is not good, I can't operate. You know what I'm saying? If I'm still questioning things that I know the answer to when it comes to particular people in my life that have a major influence on me, that I know, like, it's not going to get better. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, I'm still hanging on to it. You know what I'm saying?
And I just think that's too part of being human, bro. Like, being a human, like, you have feelings that's going to affect the decisions you make. And I think that's a big part of mental health. It's just knowing how to control the actions you take from those feelings. Because there's been people that's, like, did, like, dirty stuff to me. Like, did, like, just, like, stuff that you would be like, man, I want to retaliate so bad. But for my mental, let me not even embrace that. Let me just kind of take a backseat in that, because I know for me to operate and be the person I am and to have peace within, I need to not go down that road. So I need to either close that door and keep it closed, or I need to not just walk away and go my separate way. You know what I mean?
And the crazy part about that is, even when you're deciding to choose your peace, it's a whole nother internal battle that comes with that too.
For sure.
Because as a man, I can say this, you know, and it's not nothing that I'm proud of, but as a man, my ego and my pride tend to get the best of me. So I know in certain situations where it's best to me, it's probably best for me to concede. Mm-hmm. It's probably best for me to back down, take a beat, walk away. But then that side of you, that's like, you know, what kind of man are you? You know what I'm saying? What do you stand for? Right. Always seems to conflate or conflict.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and then even with that too, you said, you know, choosing your peace. People don't understand how hard it is to choose your peace.
I don't think people understand, like, what peace is sometimes. So, like, even just being, like, by yourself sometimes and just kind of focusing on you. Some people are not okay with that. Some people are like, they need somebody else. And I'm not saying you don't need other people to do stuff, but sometimes you do need to be in touch with yourself before you can really positively affect somebody else. And I think a lot of you have a hard time with sometimes even just being by themselves, being alone with their thoughts, because they know, hey, I don't have peace. So I just have thoughts kind of running in and out of my mind. So now I got anxiety. Now I got to go take medication or something to calm me down because I can't control that.
Yeah, and it's sad, man, because that shit, like, it rolls off on the people around you.
No, facts. I mean, I know some people, I mean, granted, it's certain conditions that we all have no control over. Yeah. And you have to take medication for and stuff like that. But then it's like some people, you could just tell they just not in tune with themselves mentally, and they gonna react to stuff just sporadic, and they gonna do stuff that might not make no sense to me or you, because we like, hey, bro, what's wrong with your guy over there? Why you out there crazy? And like, well, he's kind of like that, or you know what I mean? And it's sometimes you can help people, sometimes you can't. I mean, and that's why it's people that have professional that do that professionally, because bro, it's needed. Like,
yeah. So let me ask you this, man. You know, you brought up me and Nate's conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
And appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about therapy, and you know that's hand in hand when it comes to mental health. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this: if you were to go in front of a therapist and start to, you know, and you don't have to get specific, and talk over some of the things that you're trying to work on internally yourself, would these be things that you knew already and, you know, are working to accept? And the reason why I asked that is because and we got to continue, but me and my girlfriend went to therapy, and she said shit that I already knew, but I just couldn't accept it at the time. And I just remember I started bawling my eyes out, like I started crying, and I was like, I knew these things, but I just probably needed to hear it from somebody else.
So you asked me if I went to a therapist, would I be able to say things that?
Yeah, would you be able? Do you think there's things that you're working on mentally that you know internally you're battling, and you know internally that you struggle with? Like, these are things. How do I want to say it? More so, Are you aware of the things that you need to get healthier on mentally? And do you think that when it comes to other people, they're aware of the things that they need to be more healthy on when it comes to the mentality?
So, kind of answer this in like two different ways. I feel like if I went in front of a therapist, yes, there would be things I'm aware of, and then I feel like there'd be some stuff that I'm not aware of. Just because of.
Connect the dots.
Yeah, just because of sometimes it takes that person on the outside, just like people go to relationship therapy. Like, it's some stuff that you can't see because you're too close to the situation. And sometimes you just need to take that step back so you can see the full picture. Just like those cameras out here, like they can see us, but they can't see the full picture. Yeah. So sometimes I feel like I kind of know like some of the main stuff that I need to work on. Like this is just because I'm an open person. I'm like, sometimes I feel like I can be too nice, right? Or I could be too accepting of things, right? So me personally, like, hey, Brandon, this year we put your foot down. Like, hey, if somebody do this to you, you gotta really be able to say, hey, no, it's not okay.
Yeah.
Or you gotta be able, like, you see this coming, it's like, hey, you need to stop that before it even get there. So to answer your question, like I said, some things you gonna know, and then I feel like some things you don't know. Now, for other people, I don't feel like everybody has self-awareness. So I feel like some people, like let's just say you had a neighbor, right? And that neighbor, every time they come home, they got a dog barking, they got music going, they got everything. For them, that might be okay. Let's say you over here, you and your girl trying to go to sleep. They just getting off work, so they not thinking about it as, oh, I just got work. I'm trying to unwind. I got my dog on. I got music on because I'm trying to unwind for work. But he might not look at it and expect that, hey, I got neighbors. They trying to sleep.
Yeah.
So I feel like some people don't have that self-awareness or just awareness in general of, okay, Jim, we can take this. This is an easy put back weights, right? Most people think that's like normal stuff to do. You got some people, they not even thinking. They just think about themselves. Hey, I'm about to lead this way here. I ain't about to put it back. Nah, I ain't got time for that. I'm thinking about me. They don't have the self-awareness. Like, hey, what if an older lady or what if somebody that can't lift that weight want to use this machine? I just left these weights on there. I wasn't aware enough to take these weights off and put them back. I just was caring about me, and I don't know. I want to get in and out and go do what I gotta do. So I don't feel like everybody always have general self-awareness of mentally or physically stuff. But just to answer your question, like I said, for me personally, I feel like it would be some stuff that I am aware of and then some stuff I'm not aware of.
Yeah. I received that because I was having a conversation with my father the other day. Shout out my dad because I know he watched the show. And we were having a conversation and I was kind of explaining the issue I had with somebody.
Okay.
And my dad was like, well, they don't know. I'm not saying that it's right.
Right.
I'm not saying, that you should accept it, but that person doesn't know that they're doing something wrong.
True.
And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, a lot of people don't have that self-awareness. And there's people out here who are very self-aware, even if they're not fully healed of the things that they're aware of. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad because I keep on watching hurt people. And now it's deeper than just the saying. It's like sometimes people are hurt differently.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? People are hurt in the sense of they don't know where their pain comes from and they're projecting unintentionally. And there's people out here who know exactly where their pain comes from and they're projecting and they don't want to do anything about it. And then there's people out here who will notice that they're hurting somebody and go, I don't like that. I don't like the way that feel.
And this, to me, is sad sometimes, like you said, that some people are even, well, like you said, they are aware of that and they just, now that that's become them, they enjoy that feeling. Like that's their rush to hurt somebody. Like, oh, I can't wait to do this. I'm going to make this person feel this.
You know what I hate about that? That is another segment that if you come back, we're going to talk about.
Oh, you already know.
But, and it's just out of pure conversation, bro. like you just said, hurt people love to, there's a certain kind of hurt person that loves to hurt other people. Social media, right? I'm trying to get out of the habit of reading comments, right?
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of hurt people projecting onto other people, and it's sad. It's freaking sad to see that the world hates a basketball player so much, and this basketball player don't like him. A boxer so much, and this boxer don't know him. Or a person so much, and this person don't know him. It's like, y'all just woke up to comment on people's shit negatively? Like, why do you care so much? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's wild because that's just the way of the world. Like, you gotta think, like, it's a small percentage of the world that's gonna get, like, generational wealth. Like, it's not gonna be for everybody, right? So you get people that's gonna see them or like, hey, this is the lifestyle I'm living. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. You're gonna have people. The first thing on their mind is, I'm gonna tell that person name this. I'm gonna tell that person name that. That ain't even yours. Blase, blase. And that's how they fulfill their day. Like, they fulfill their day of pushing that negativity on that person just because that's just the person they are. Like, they know they can't get to that point, so they want to just be negative about it. Then you're going to have people that's like, hey, I remember seeing that person grow up. I'm proud of them. Keep doing what you're doing. Go about your day. And then they going to feel good like that. So you're going to have people, and then you're going to have people that just, they going to look and see, they ain't going to say nothing.
That's how I am, because, like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I be scrolling, and I be seeing goofy shit here and there, and it was like, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
And I had to get out of that, because I done seen terrible stuff that I wanted to comment on, but I'm like, nah, like, I'm not trying to be that person. But then when you see people like that, and you realize how mentally ill you were, or how in a dark place you were when you were that person, it's kind of, like, sad to see. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? It's because I think these conversations need to be had to where, like, take advantage of the signs. You know what I'm saying? Be aware of the signs. If you notice that you're exhibiting this destructive behavior, you know what I'm saying? If you're exhibiting this negative behavior, if you're always in conflict with people who trying to love you, you know what I'm saying? If you're always in conflict with people around you, if you can't seem to get along with nobody, man, like, you may be the problem. Like, I had to realize, you ever heard that song I got called Better Now?
Of course.
I remember we were singing it. I can't just make sure. But I said in that song, sometimes you have to becoming somebody that you hate turns you into all that you needed to be. And I say that to say that I turned into a very negative person in my college years, right? And I let everything that I ever been through get the best of me, and I let that be the justifications for the reasons why I did what I did. And some of those behaviors stuck until I got to somebody, shout out my girlfriend AJ, when I had to realize, like, hey, this shit not cool. Because I normalized that behavior because I was letting the pain that I've been through work through me.
Yeah.
And I was mentally unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? And then it came back to what we was talking about earlier, to where I started finding peace and I started having to choose my peace. And when I started choosing my peace, I started to have to make certain decisions.
Oh, absolutely.
And becoming aware of certain things that I was doing. Like, hey, man, this is not conducive to what's really good for you.
But then you see how you just said you became aware. So now you know, like, it's a whole decision. Like, early college, you might not even know it was a decision. It's like, bro, I'm just do this. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel, I had a point I came in where I was about to say, I think it might come back, it might not come back. But you hit a point that was, you were saying, like, this is the reason why you do that. Like, that's why the other day, when LeBron was on Constant stuff, like, that motivational thing, he said really hit me hard, because it was like, bro, no matter where you at in your life, it's never over. Like, you could be, like, I think they showed it at the time, like, it don't matter, like, how, like, it's like Bill Gates became a millionaire at this age or something like that, like, but you just gotta find what you enjoy and tap into that, man. I feel like that helps with, like, a mental health too, like, finding what you really enjoy. Like, I know in my area of like when I was growing up, they would say like, "Oh yeah, you gotta do this, go to college, get a job." But then they would always say, "Oh, you find like what you enjoy doing. If it ain't gonna pay nothing, you gotta find something that's gonna pay like what's gonna pay the bills, pay money." And I had to talk with my sister, and we was talking about like it's like yes, you want to find something that's gonna pay, but you want to find something that's gonna still make you happy, bro. Because who wants to go to a job that they hate every day? And that's what we was talking about before. We was talking about like my family dollar days and all that kind of stuff. Like, bro, you don't want to go somewhere you hate going. Like, you're gonna be miserable and go home, and then now you're gonna bring that home, and now your family is like all messed up because, like, bro, I just brought this job I hate home. And now everybody mad.
I'm taking it out on the people who don't.
Yeah, they got nothing to do with it. It's like, bro, now the whole household mad.
And I feel that on another level from experience. But also, like, there's no way to live.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And like it's crazy because we in an era now where mental health is a lot more prevalent.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a powerful point that you make that simply because the truth of it is we shouldn't have to be unhappy.
Shouldn't have to.
You like my homie Nando, he introduced this way of thinking to me. And he was like, bro, no matter how old you are, you always got less time in front of you only because you know what you did, but you don't know what's in front of you. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, and like legitimately, I was talking to my girl about that today. She was like, "I wish I could retire now."
Man,
and I was like, "Shit, I feel you." But she said it, and I was like, "But I get it though, because truth be told, who the fuck want to wake up every day, get underpaid? You know what I'm saying? Get told what to do and all this other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with working.
Right.
You look what I'm doing.
Right. Facts.
But like you said, man, you want to do something that makes you happy because you don't know what's in front of you. I don't know that I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
It's not guaranteed.
But I'd like to know that right now I'm doing something that brings me peace, happiness,
absolutely,
mental clarity, mental happiness. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you again, brother, for coming through, man. Like it's always inspiring talking to you, man, and like I said, you're a fan favorite. So I'm hoping that the people who, you know, look up to the things that you say can be touched by the things that you said today. Because I feel like, again, like mental health is something that I think we like right now, we got to be a lot more cognizant of it because we enter in a weird part of life.
I feel like
everything around us is weird right now.
Yeah. And I feel like when you get old, like the older you get, the more you kind of are able to kind of take that step back. Like I was just saying, you don't see that full picture till you step back and look and say, "Oh wow,
I didn't see the yeah." And that's the thing. Like I want us to collectively take that step back. You know what I'm saying? Start choosing your peace. Start choosing you. Start recognizing, like my homie Nate said last. Be real with yourself.
Be aware, bro.
Be aware, man.
Aware, man.
Be aware. Like it's still stuff that I'm struggling with, man. Like I did not have a good day. You know what I'm saying? But my day is a lot better right now because I'm doing what I love to do. I'm talking to somebody who inspires me.
I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that whenever this comes out, I'm putting out something into the world that I believe in. Like it was a quote from a song that I believe in wholeheartedly. And it was a quote. Either it was a quote from a song or it was a Tupac quote that he was just raw as fuck. The things that you do on earth can make you immortal. And when I heard that, I was like, that's my goal. To be gone 20, 30 years, to be gone 2-3 decades, and then still talk about the impact that I had.
I heard a similar quote too, not to make this longer than it had to be, but it's like, did you leave something better than when you found it?
Ooh.
So could you like come in this space, do what you do, and if you left it better than when you first got here, you did your job. So like I'm happy that I can say like stuff at Fairworks and stuff at BK, like, hey, when I got there, not saying I made a lot of things better, but bro, it wasn't people recording like that when I first started at Fair Words, bro. When people doing that. I'm not saying that I was the only one that kind of caused that, but I feel like I was one of the first to start doing that. And I feel like people were more comfortable after seeing that kind of happen.
I feel you.
So
you definitely have made your impact, bro. Definitely.
I still got a long way. I got a long ways to go. We still got a lot of work to do, bro.
Me too, man. Like we was talking about it earlier, man. I still got a long ways to go, man. But I made a promise to somebody that's near and dear to me that I was gonna see it through.
Got to.
So this has been another episode of the Parlance Podcast. You want to shout out to socials real quick? Remember this with a Z.
IG Showtime with a Z. Facebook Brandon Showtime with a Z. Bates. Then I think on Snap is Showtime 1986. I think something like that. If not, just go to IG and we get together. But I appreciate y'all.
Yes, and I do make music.
Uh-oh.
In case y'all didn't know. But make sure y'all stream Von Merritt music on all streaming platforms. And you guys hear it here now. I got new music on the way.
Ooh! Run that boy up!
They ain't even know, but
They ain't even know.
Man, but I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro. Absolutely.
That was amazing, Dap.
That was crispy.
That was like a 7.2 on the Richter scale.
Crispy.
This has been another episode. I love you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.